Hey, welcome to the Flash After Show. We are reviewing Season 4, Episode 15, Enter Flashtime. When a nuclear bomb detonates in downtown Central City, Barry, Jesse Quick, and Jay Garrick slow down time by entering Flashtime. We're going to talk about that. Plus, it looks like we got a new speedster on Earth 2. Who can that be? Mystery Girl is back. She seems a little bit, evil and nefarious. Kevin Smith, a very popular Flash director, had a heart attack. So sad. And we're going to cover next week's episode, Run Iris Run. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to the Flash After Show.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the popcast. And remember, this episode is sponsored by Mixtees.com. Go get your Flash Highway to Central City World Tour shirt. Use coupon code Shane or Brian for 30% off. By using our name, you not only get 30% off, but you basically tell our fam over at Mixtees which one of us you like more. Okay, man. I hope it's me. All right. Let's jump right into some news before we get to the recap. Let's talk about this new female speedster. If you watched the episode last night, you probably saw this.
I've been at this hero game a long time. A long time. And after today, I'm thinking about trying my hand at something new.
Like what?
For starters, training someone to take over.
There's another Flash on your Earth?
There will be. Soon as I'm done training her.
What did he mean?
I mean, he's going back to Earth 3. He's retiring. He's gonna get he has a apparently a protege, and it's a female, and he's training a new speedster to be the Flash on his Earth. That's pretty crazy.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we need is more Flash. Give us somebody else.
Now, some people on Reddit were assuming that he was referring to Jesse Quick, but isn't Jesse Quick the Flash on her Earth?
Earth 2, that's right.
Okay, so I'm under the impression that he's referring to an all-new speedster, and hopefully we get introduced to that in the future. As you can see, I put up an image of the comic book version of Jesse Quick, but who knows who it is? There's a few different speedsters in the comic books. What was that?
We really don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Mystery Girl. Okay. A lot of people think this is Dawn Allen, Barry and Iris's one of Barry and Iris's kids, but I'm on the fence because check out this clip, man.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drop that. It just slipped out of my hands. Oh gosh, my first Killer Frost, and I go and ruin it. Typical me.
Okay, don't worry about it.
I just get so clumsy when I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
I'm supposed to be meeting some people here for the first time, and I've got the jitters, which is what this place is called.
Hey, it is.
Apt name, don't you think?
I do.
It's funny, you get nervous, you get the jitters, you go for coffee, and the caffeine acts as a stimulant, which makes you shaky, which could also be known as...
The jitters.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. Okay. We're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really very, very sorry.
Don't worry about it. Good luck with your meeting. I hope it goes well.
Thanks. It did.
Yeah, so as you can see, Mystery Girl bumps into Caitlin and Harry. She's clumsy. She spills her Killer Frost drink. She talks about meeting somebody, and as they're walking out, she has this sort of, like, I don't know if it's a nefarious or evil sort of... It just did. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the actor didn't act it correctly. Maybe she was told to seem like more serious at that moment. But she came off definitely as sort of, to me, as evil.
Well, she knows them, they don't know her kind of thing, you know. So she's got all the knowledge. She's got kind of the power here, and I think that's what her facial expression kind of means.
Right. All right, well, we're going to know more about that. There's a crazy theory out there talking about her. Maybe she's DeVoe from the future, which would be just insane.
That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about Kevin Smith. This is super sad news, but luckily he's okay. Kevin Smith has directed a few episodes of The Flash, and he's directing more in the future. He's a well-beloved director of a lot of Flash stuff and a huge comic book nerd. You might know him from stuff like Clerks and Bill and Jay and Silent Bob. He's a very well-known director. He had a massive heart attack, and he said this from his hospital bed after the incident.
There was this moment where I was like, I might die. So I just thought about everything and thought about, like, my parents and how they raised me and my brother and my sister and my friends and my wife and my kid and my, like, this weird, wonderful career that I've had for so long and stuff. And I was, like, content. Like, it was weird. I don't know how to say it. I didn't want to die, don't get me wrong. But I was like, well, if the ferryman comes tonight, I got to pay him. Like, what a ride it's been.
So, we're wishing him well, right? That's a bummer, man.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is 47 years old, and he had what is known as a widowmaker heart attack. That's when you have a full total blockage to his left anterior descending artery, and that kills most people. It's lucky that they saw some warning signs and went to the hospital instead of waited for it to happen, or else he probably wouldn't be here still.
Well,
and he's had a whole life change as a result.
He's gonna have to get on a diet, man. I know it's like the pot calling the kettle black because we're big guys too. I mean, we gotta get on a diet too, man. It's not just him.
Man, well, I don't, and maybe it has a lot to do with your diet. Has a lot to do with it. Also, your levels of stress, that has a lot to do with it. Your body makeup, your heritage. So whether or not your family has heart issues. So there's a lot of things that factor into it, but it's always better to be as fit as you can be. That's for sure.
Ain't that the truth? All right, well, good luck, Mr. Smith. We're all rooting for you to get much better. Okay.
Yeah, we got more movies we want to watch from you.
Yeah, I know.
Do a reboot. They're going to do another Jay and Silent Bob movie, or maybe a reboot. I heard him talking about it.
Hopefully a reboot. Guy's getting a little old to play Silent Bob, I think.
Yeah, it's still fun.
All right. Well, listen, let's get right into this episode. We open up with Barry looking rough. He's looking like he's been running through the ringer. He's crying. He's sweaty. And you're like, I wonder why. And clearly something's going on. And then they do that whole TV thing where it's like 8 minutes ago. And of course, in Flashtime, 8 minutes is a ridiculous long amount of time, right?
Well, it was pretty darn dramatic. I mean, he basically says, I can't save us, so.
Right. Now, it goes back in time from that moment, and it shows that him and Cisco are training. They're basically right here showing that they're still working on the DeVoe thing, even though this episode had almost nothing to do with DeVoe, aside from this scene where he's basically training to get fast enough to I guess get into the breach before it closes.
Well, yeah, they're trying to create a breach. Yeah, so they want to be fast enough to be able to jump in and get out before DeVoe. Because, I mean, if DeVoe traps the Flash, he's going to suck his powers. And
that's right.
That's the end. They don't have a way to get out of his force field yet.
Yeah, they also mentioned too. There's a point in here that we'll get to. His breaches take a certain amount of time to open, which is probably not the case for DeVoe's opening. So it's a little different.
Right.
Now, Jesse Quick comes back. They're talking about DeVoe, and Jesse Quick just shows up out of nowhere. I love this clip. I got to show you. I took a quick clip because I thought this was hilarious, what Cisco says.
Go on, son of a breach!
Sorry. Jesse. You just came through the breach room.
The way he responds to her, like, holy breach, son of a breach.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
That was
Cisco's always got some funny stuff to say.
And I got this shot too because when Barry's like, Wally's not here. I thought that was funny too.
Yeah.
By the way, Wally did join Legends of Tomorrow. I was right when I called it last season.
You were right. You did say it.
I did. So she's back. She basically came back to talk to her pops, who sent her appears to be a blank message. So she was like, "What is this, man?" She goes, "You understood my intent." Such a Harry Wells thing to do. Fast forward a little bit. Joe is locked down. They're in a hangar somewhere. There's a bunch of gunmen shooting at him. His fellow cop buddies are getting shot up. He sends out the distress signal for the Flash, right?
Right.
I don't know why the police are guarding an Argus transport or something. Where are the Argus soldiers, right? This is an Argus facility. Where are the Argus soldiers? Because they have, like, these terrorists have, like, automatic weapons, and the cops have 22s. Like,
there's not a whole lot of backstory here.
No, it just sort of happens.
Right.
I really believe that Argus soldiers should be involved in some way, guarding a nuclear bomb, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe they didn't want to spend the money on, setting that up.
Maybe. All right, so the Flash and Jesse Quick and Killer Frost and Vibe all show up, make quick work of the soldiers, but before the Flash can stop her, this crazy terrorist chick activates the bomb, and you can see here that moment where he realizes that it's already activated, it's already going to explode, and he enters Flashtime immediately. I thought that, by the way, just so you guys know, I love this episode because this episode was, I know it's sort of a standalone, like it's outside the Devoe nonsense stuff. Sorry. But this is the kind of Flash I'm interested in seeing. I don't mind long story arcs, but like when the story arc becomes like super convoluted and hard to follow, these are like little breaths of fresh air when they have an episode that's not a part of that convoluted arc.
That's exactly the way I felt about it. I was like, I almost felt like, oh, okay, Freak of the Week. Thank you.
Thank God. I love Freak of the Week, man. That's the best format. Freak of the Week with an underlying story. That's the way I roll.
Underlying story, yes.
X-Files style.
Or original first 3 seasons of Sam and Taylor, or Sam and Dean.
Oh, yeah. Supernatural. Yeah. Actually, they've gotten back to that. One day we'll have the time to review that, maybe. I don't know. All right, so when he's in Flashtime looking at the bomb, Jesse Quick just walks up and goes, "What's going on, Barry?" So apparently Jesse Quick can do it too. I don't know if she got the idea from him or what, but so they're both in Flashtime right now. She explains audience style exactly what's going to happen. Basically, they can't stop it from happening. He tells her to go get Jay Garrick on Earth 3. Meanwhile, he wakes up Cisco. So I'm going to run you through. They try everything before they get to what they actually do. They wake up Cisco. Cisco tries to vibe a portal open to get this bomb out of Central City and onto some dead Earth somewhere. But the portal takes a few seconds or whatever to open, and they're in Flashtime where everything's moving at nanoseconds, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I thought the writers did a really good job in a lot of these sequences of not cheating the science, and really they really absolve themselves of all the different options. Well, let's go into time. Well, we can't go back in time. Oh, let's do this. We can't destroy the speed. Can't destroy the speed force. It was really great how they kind of just took away all the options and were just kind of corralling them into the end of this cul-de-sac where they couldn't go anywhere, and it basically trouble was coming. I felt a little stressed, even though I know it's
we know it's going to work out, but yeah, I felt the same way. I felt stressed even though I know it's going to work out. I was like, well, what? Right. They ran out. He's going to have to. At one point, I was like, well, he has to travel back in time. That's it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. You know what? I understand. By the way, the only caveat, I agree with you, but the only problem I have with that is the whole can't travel back in time. Even a few minutes would change everything. Right. That's the reason why Barry doesn't do it on the show. But in reality, the writers made a mistake by doing the time travel thing, and they're trying to not ever do it again.
Yeah, no. I knew as soon as he said it that was ridiculous.
Yeah, because going back a few minutes wouldn't change anything.
You're going to time travel in this moment.
Right.
No matter what the consequences is, because it's better to have some different people or some things change than have no one, which is exactly what's about to happen.
Right, but the writers don't want to have to use the time travel excuse every time they're in a bind where they can't get out of it.
No, and I applaud them for not doing it here, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so Cisco's not able to open a breach. So, and by the way, I like this too. Cisco gets very tired very quickly because he is moving at just as fast as Barry.
Right.
So he's got to. Regular people can only stay in this mode for so long. I like the way that played out.
I like it too.
I wonder if he's like super sore the next day too, right? Like.
Oh yeah, like he just been through like a serious workout.
Right.
Ran the 100-yard dash 1,000 times.
Cisco, right before going back into frozen mode, tells him to go see Harry. So Barry goes to Harry. Harry has an idea to throw the bomb into the Speed Force. Sounds like a decent, a pretty good idea to me. And then Jay Garrick shows up and says, "You absolutely cannot do that."
I would not allow you to.
I have a clip of that because that was ridiculous to me. Ready?
You cannot do this. I won't let you.
So that's ridiculous. Jay Garrick is not going to be able to beat the Flash, or Jay Garrick couldn't stop the Flash from doing anything he wanted to do.
Yeah, and he kind of even realized after he said it, he was like, oh, okay, well.
Like, no offense to Jay Garrick, but you're having a hard time just walking right now, dude. You came into the Flashtime sweating, okay?
Exactly.
All right, so they wake up Caitlin. They're going to try to freeze this thing. But there's no air there's no water in the air, or so I'm not sure exactly why, but it's too hot or whatever. She can't do it. She gets tired really quickly.
Just too much for her.
Yeah, and she has this moment where she tells Barry, like, listen, don't let anything happen to Caitlin.
I thought that was cool.
That was really cool. We're seeing a change in Killer Frost.
Jay.
That didn't work either, right? Jay Garrick fell down. He couldn't get the Speed Force going to get the lightning bolt off or whatever, right? Which is just proving my point that he couldn't stop the Flash if he wanted to, considering he couldn't even run fast enough to create that bolt. And I guess they needed 3 bolts. I guess that was super convenient that they had 3 Flashes and they needed 3 bolts, but
right.
Whatever. Either way, Jay can't do it, and they basically tell him, "All right, just chill out, buddy." And he goes frozen. He's now not moving as fast as the other two. This is when the Flash tells Jesse, "Look, you're slowing down. You're about to stop too. Just go home."
Yeah.
And this is a good moment where she didn't want to, but she didn't really have a choice, and she didn't even go home. She went to be with her father, which was that was a very touching moment. I like that.
I think very appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that sense of sacrifice. If he's going to be gone, I'm going to be gone. I like that. It spoke well to me.
Because she could have just breached away, right?
She could have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now the Flash has run out of options. He's trying everything. He's writing on the board. I didn't even get clips of that because there's a lot of it. He's writing on the board. He's like trying to figure out like some kind of a scientific equation out of it. It's not going to help. So who do you go to when you're out of ideas? You got to go to the master of time and space, the smartest person on the show, the only person that can save the day, Iris freaking West.
Woohoo, Iris West.
Iris West, woo! So he wakes up Iris West, and he's like, I can't save us. I can't save us. What?
In fairness to Barry, though, he did wake her up simply to say goodbye.
Right.
I thought he pretty much had given up at this point.
Yeah. He didn't go to her for answers, but of course, she had that.
She had it. Listen, what wife does not have all the answers for her husband? Of course. Always.
There was this Redditor that was complaining. He was like, can the CW please stop it? Like, there are 3 speedsters and 3 scientists on that show, which one of them is a speedster. You could have given this task to anybody to figure out, but you gave it to the person with 0 background on the subject. has no scientific background, has knows nothing about the topic. I understand you're trying to build this character up. For what reason, I don't know.
Well, because we are Flash.
Oh, I can't wait till next episode when he goes, we're Flash, baby. And she goes, no, Barry, I'm the Flash.
I'm the Flash. Go home.
I don't know why they're building this character up so big. I have nothing wrong with Candace Patton. I like her, but it just they're writing her into everything. It's like, does she have like blackmail dirt on the executives at the CW?
I don't know. I mean, I think they've locked into this whole idea of a team concept, and that she's the heart of Barry. I guess that's kind of what they've figured out. So they put these pivotal moments on her.
In your quest to make this like character the strong female archetype, you're actually throwing away Caitlin Snow, Jesse Quick, or how about the scientist chick from last season that was just gone?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Caitlin, we almost see nothing of her. We hardly see any Caitlin.
And she's such a great character. We see more of Killer Frost than Caitlin nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. And I would, and it's too bad because these are all things, and I think that's what they did actually when they decided to take Iris this direction. They basically cut Caitlin's part and just added to Iris.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So I don't really understand that. But she gives me the idea that the Speed Force would chase that little ball that the orb that they threw in the Speed Force to take its place. So he should go and get that, and as a lightning rod, use it to get the energy he needs to defuse the bomb. So he does that, and that's the ball in his hand, and throws it. Is a really cool scene. The way when he took off, look, as all Flash fans out there should feel, when he took off and he entered the Speed Force, and the music died down like you saw in our intro. It died down, and there was that moment of clarity for him. That was really well done. That was really well shot. That was a great sequence. It felt
the cinematography was fantastic there.
Yeah, it was great. What a great ending. Overall, a great episode. Like hands down, a really, really good episode. The things I complain about is just the things I complain about every week. So obviously that's not going to change.
That's true. Yeah, no, you're right.
But this episode was great. I love the way it ended. I love that it was contained. And then we saw at the end, like we already showed in the beginning with the scene with the mystery girl. So they added a little more to the DeVoe, the underlying arc. Overall, it was a great episode, right, Shane?
100%. I enjoyed it. I was glad to get away from DeVoe, like I said before. I believed the Speed Force theory that the writers came up with. So kudos for them not cheating and coming up with some cheap way to solve their problem. They actually went and grabbed something that was canon, basically, or from prior episodes. They pulled off beautiful shots. I really loved that you put our intro basically as that, because I think it was the most beautiful shooting I've seen on the Flash.
That'll be our intro for every Flash show we do. That'll be our intro. It was just so good.
Totally worthy.
Even though I think my music was better, whatever.
I actually liked your mix. It was cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's quickly talk about next week. Run, Iris, run.
I lost my speed.
Guys, I think I found it.
I'll take it from here.
Wow, it's super annoying. Flash.
So, Iris West, I guess the villain swaps their power, gives the Flash's power to Iris, whatever. That was a cut down version of the teaser.
DNA swapping.
It was a very cut down version of the teaser. I wanted to cut it down so we didn't get any weird copyright strikes. But basically, she gets his powers, and if you notice, her speed, electricity, whatever that, the bolts that come out for is now purple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you saw that coming.
I thought that was cool. I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure what changed. Somehow the Speed Force is now purple. Okay. All right.
It's more feminine.
Jesse Quick doesn't have purple Speed Force.
Well, she's a traditional speedster. Iris is a new speedster.
Iris makes her own rules, man.
Listen, yeah, it's just an imagery for the whole show. We've been gauging to get to this point. Basically, the writers and everybody wants Iris to be a superhero. Well, they got it. Here it
Yeah.
is. You know, in her own way. So let's see what she does with it.
You know what would be really funny is if Barry never gets his powers back, and from now on going forward, Iris is the speedster, and she defeats DeVoe. And like next season, it's not even called the Flash; it's called the Iris.
Iris is and Barry is a stay-at-home dad, right? Kids.
He's raising Don Allen.
Raising kids.
Oh man, we get it. When you want us to like Iris West, I understand. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Oh, humble powers that be.
Yeah, a couple seasons ago, we complained too much, and this is what happened. So listen, we love Iris now.
We're sorry. We're so sorry.
We're good. We're sorry.
All right, that's the end of the show, guys. I hope you guys like this more streamlined format. Come back. We'll be back tomorrow for something, I'm sure. I don't know what yet. Remember,
we will be back.
We're a little behind. Like we have Survivor and stuff that we haven't reviewed yet. There's other shows coming up next week. We have movie reviews this weekend. We're pretty much behind about 2 weeks because of our computer problems. So bear with us. And I'll see you tomorrow. Right, Shane?
Yes, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
This has been the Popcast after show for The Flash. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.